Hello, my name's Sean Michael Walker with Premier Group Insurance, and I wanted to come to you today and talk about three topics, three things that I've learned from the Jeffery Gitomer. If you don't know who Jeffery Gitomer is, he wrote The Sales Bible, New York Times bestseller. Basically, everything he writes is New York Times bestseller. Little Red Book of Sales, and The Sales Manifesto. And he wrote another one that I read all about social media and being found online and stuff like that. But Jeffery Gitomer also spoke at our all agent meeting in October to our Premier Group Insurance agents that attended that. And today I want to talk about three things that I've learned from Jeffery Gitomer and ask you three rhetorical questions as they relate to those three things. So most recently, Jeffery Gitomer, I was reading his Sales Manifesto book. By the way, we gave a copy of this to every single Premier agent that attended that meeting that I referred to. And that Sales Manifesto book is also signed by Jeffery Gitomer. But in this book, it talks about how it throws out a statistic that 74% of your clients would prefer to buy value over price. We've seen this over and over and over. All of Safeco's surveys suggest that clients want value over price. Every industry study suggests that your clients want value over price. And I would ask this rhetorical question as it relates to this first topic of the three that I want to cover today. Do you find yourself getting caught in the trap of selling price over value? And answer that question realistically in your own head. I can't tell you how often I hear from agents saying, "Sean, I need the best price. I gotta have the best price. I gotta have the best price." Where in reality, every statistic in the world is suggesting that every client or most clients, the vast majority of clients, want to buy something of value versus something with a low price. Just as I wrap up this first point that I'm making, I just want to say, when your clients are envisioning or experience their worst case scenario claim, do you think they care about the $3 of price that you're saving them a month? Or do you think they care about the valuable product, the valuable insurance product that they purchased from you? And I'll leave that there. So first thing I've learned from Jeffery Gitomer, Sales Manifesto, 74% of clients prefer to purchase something of value over purchasing something with the best price. Okay. Subject number two, another thing that I learned from Jeffery Gitomer over the course of my career was to write and create content when nobody else is writing or creating content, basically staying busy while everybody else is watching TV. For me, in my career, I worked from home for a very long time. And for me, it was on Friday afternoons. By 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I was at my house. I had everything wrapped up by 2 or 3 in the afternoon. And instead of going to the gym, or instead of going and wrestling with my kids in the family room, or instead of going and getting a camping spot early before everybody else ran out into the woods to get a camping spot, I would sit and I would take advantage of that time and I would work on writing and creating content. And in my opinion, throughout the course of my career, that's made all the difference. I can't express enough how important it is to write and create content. So my rhetorical question for you on bullet point number 2 is, when do you find that you could potentially have moments in your schedule or in your time to create and or write content? We're all busy. We're all incredibly busy, but what sacrifices are you making in your schedule to write and create content? Maybe just for your customers, the email list that you have. Maybe it's for visibility within the insurance industry or any industry, but when are you writing and creating content? That's number 2. And then last but not least, Jeffery Gitomer, bullet point number 3, taught me to differentiate myself. Jeffery Gitomer differentiates himself by in so many different ways. I'll just give you one example, and that is Jeffery Gitomer's business card isn't a business card at all. Jeffery Gitomer's business card is actually a silver dollar that he has made with his face on the silver dollar, with maybe his slogan that says something like, in Jeffery we trust, or that's how Jeffery differentiates himself in one specific way. He does it in a million other different ways. Another example of differentiating yourself, I introduce myself as Sean Michael Walker. I do that because Jeffery Gitomer said, differentiate yourself from the very moment that people meet you. It's not a hard thing to do. I throw in a middle name because nobody else throws in a middle name. And then people for years and years and years afterwards go, oh, that's the guy named Sean Michael Walker. I didn't start doing that until I was about 22, 23, 24. And it's really taken root. Folks remember Sean Michael Walker just because it's different, and differentiating yourself is an easy thing to do. One more example of differentiating yourself right there is a picture of a whole bunch of agents that are very happy to have received a humongous heavy broadsword with their name etched into the blade of the sword and the Premier logo etched into the blade of the sword. At Premier Group Insurance, at our all agent conference meeting, we had a question of how do we want to, or what do we want to give to recognize our top performing agents at Premier Group Insurance at our all agent meeting that we had in 2019, October 2019. And instead of giving them a blue vase or a piece of glass with their name etched into it, we decided to do something different. And what we did is we gave them a humongous sword. I would ask you, when do you think they're going to forget that night when they received and got to play with and wield this humongous sword in front of 500 people? They'll never forget that evening. And quite frankly, we have agents from all over the United States emailing me and calling me and playfully bantering with me saying, I want to earn a sword. And I got to tell you, the last time we gave away a piece of glass that had their name etched in it, nobody emailed me and said, I'm dying to get another piece of glass with my name etched in it. Differentiating yourself and doing something different to make yourself visible or make yourself known is the third thing that I've learned from Jeffery Gitomer. And so I'll end with this rhetorical question. What are you doing to differentiate yourself? And what are you doing to differentiate your agency from any other agency? It's not difficult to differentiate yourself. And so I would ask you, what are the simple things that you're doing that make you different within the insurance industry? What are you doing in your agency that makes you different? What content are you creating, and how are you selling value over price? That's all I got for you today. My name's Sean Michael Walker. I hope everybody's healthy and strong during this COVID crisis, and I hope you all have a absolutely wonderful day. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.